Tell you something, we have to set the example as men, to be godly men. And I'm talking godly men that love God and who fear God. And see, when we do that, watch what he says. As Christ, do you think Christ would do that to the church? Never. He loved the church. Amen. Watch what he goes on to say. He said, therefore the church is subject unto Christ. Let the wives also be to their own husbands in everything. You want your wife to be a good wife, men? You want her to be loving and kind and do all the things that a wife does? If she's not had no home training from her mother, then guess who that training is left up to? You as a godly man are to teach her. Amen, did you? It's not rocket science. If your wife doesn't know how to cook and her mother never taught her how to cook and her grandmother never taught her how to cook and she don't know how to cook and you can cook a little bit, you teach her. So then she can cook for you. Amen. Huh? Buy some cookbooks. Teach her how to cook. Don't get mad and say, you burn water, woman. Don't do that. Say, honey, I realized you burnt the water. That's possible. And I want to, and you were making me some grits? Oh, well, let's read the directions together and let's make it together. Get involved together. And then when she learns them grits and gets them down, right amount of salt and right amount of butter, put the right amount of cheese or some shrimp in there, boy, you're going to come home one day and you'll say, woo-hoo! I'm glad I taught you how to cook them grits. Man! What? Throw little stewed tomatoes in there, boy? Now, that's new to me, and I like that. Throw them stewed tomatoes in there? What? You see what I'm talking about? You teach her, you show her, because you're a godly man, and you are to be the head, and you're supposed to be Christ in that home. Did you know that? See, that's what he's saying. Watch what he says. He goes on to say, husbands, now watch this. He says, this is very important, because this is the big one. This is the big one, the very big one. Verse 25, husbands, love your wives, even as Christ also loved the church and gave himself for it.
Amen.
Now, I want to stop there. I'm trying to preach today. I don't want to get too fast and I don't want to get too far. Loving your wife. I'm going to show you in a minute. There's a Greek word called agapo or agape. It can be pronounced either way. And this word means that this is a love, a sacrificial love. Loving your wife means that you love her, you love Christ first, you're going to love yourself. All men love themselves. I don't care who you are. I've never seen a man get in the mirror and say he's ugly, ever. I've never seen that. Most men get in the mirror and they think, oh yeah, buddy, yes sir, you the one, you the man. We even call ourselves that. Did you know that? Yeah. Hey, go ahead, Ricky. We'll get in the mirror, Brother Miller, and we'll look in that mirror and we'll say, yeah, you the man. Woo! Woo! 80 years old, you better believe it. I hope I look that good when I'm 80 years old. I'm telling you right now. I won't have that much hair, but I sure hope I look that good. Amen. That's right. We call it, we the man. But see, love. When you love that wife, you love Jesus Christ, and you love that wife with agapo or agape love. It's unconditional. It is a love that goes past all of her faults. Her pantyhose hanging. Well, do they even wear pantyhose anymore? No. Well, they used to. Pantyhose hanging over the shower curtain. Other womanly garments hanging here and there. And you love past all that. Amen? She burns the grits. You love past the burning of the grits. She makes briskets, not biscuits. Get past it. You love her past the briskets. Amen. I'll tell you what you do with the briskets. Build you a barbecue grill outside or something with them. Amen. But you love past all that. See, agape love is a sacrificial love that you love him. Let me show you something that a commentator wrote, and I thought it was great, and I had to write it down. I got to read it to you. It's great. Paul emphasizes husbands to love self-sacrificially. Husbands are to eliminate Christ's love. In other words, copy Christ's love. I'm going to put it like that. The kind of love that is willing to lay down one's life for another person and serve that person even if it means suffering. See, men don't want to suffer, but let me tell you something. True love, you suffer. Now let me stop a minute on suffering right now. Let me put a mark by this commentary's mark. Suffering. What is suffering? We were talking about it in Sunday school today. Men don't want to work today. I go down this road at any given time, Brother Travis, and I will see no more than 5 to 6 young men, phone in a hand, pants hanging down. $20, $30, $40 years old. Ain't got a car. 16, I got my first car. How did I get it? I worked for it. And I went to high school, drive my car. Boy, you couldn't tell me that little Toyota 5-speed Corolla back then. Man, you couldn't tell me nothing. I had a car. These guys walking there, they don't want to work. So suffering means that sometimes, where you like it or you don't, you got to work when there's a woman depending on you. Amen. Amen. And a lot of young men don't want to do that today. They don't want to work. If a young man don't got a job and you got a job, stay away from him. He's got to get his lazy behind out and work. Amen. It's the bottom line. We were talking about it at Sunday school, talking about when we were growing up. I know I think Daniel mentioned this because I went in, I caught the end of it. Daniel remembers when they were babies, there was a freeze on truck driving. I worked for 2 truck driving companies at one time. And then I would come in, sleep about an hour, and go to the Coliseum downtown and work temporary with a company, scraping gum off the bottom of the Coliseum chairs. Well, that's kind of degradation, ain't it? No, it fed my family, thank you. Yeah. Amen. That was extra back in the mid-'80s. Or late 80s. That was $100 extra. And back then, gas was 65 cents a gallon. Boy, $100 went somewhere. But see, was you tired, Pastor? You better believe I was tired. Hey, I was young, but let me tell you what kept me going. I had a wife and 2 babies depending on me. Amen? Amen. See, young men don't want to do that. You got to do some suffering. Amen. That kind of love, sacrificial love, there's suffering in it. You gotta suffer just a little bit. Amen. Man, if it ain't playing with a phone or a computer this day, men don't want to work no more. Let me tell you, there's some physical stuff still got to be done. Some of us just ain't smart enough to do this. I know I'm not. Amen. So what do? You get a job. You tote lumber on the construction site. You tote bricks. You tote shingles. You drive nails. You dig ditches. You pour footers. You do whatever you have to do. You rake yards. You cut yards. You get a lawnmower. You do what you got to do to take care of that family. Somebody asked me one time if being a garbage man working at the dump is an honorable job. I said, you better believe it is. Just because it's stinky don't mean it's not honorable. Amen? If a man goes every day and he works every day and he labors and he gives an honest day's work, that's honorable in the sight of God and in the sight of man. Amen. There's nothing ashamed of that. A lot of people say, well, I can't read or write, so what am I supposed to do? Can you bag groceries? Yeah, they give you a job. Bag groceries. It's honorable. So many girls today, I want to tell these young ladies in here too, a lot of young guys that's got all these big old biceps and these nice bodies, and they look good because they got a head full of hair right now. I can show you a picture when I was young, and I can show you a picture now. And guess what? It changes, don't it, Brother Miller? It changes. The hair that's dark starts turning gray or turning loose. The 52-inch chest drops to a 52-inch belly. And life gets, everything when you start getting older starts going south. Amen. Things change, honey, believe you me. And you love. See, that's what sacrifice, love covers all that. It covers all that. He goes on to say, this love in the Greek is called agape. And I just told you that, our agapo. It is a sacrificial love on the husband's part for the benefit of the wife without any thought of return. I do, Brother Travis does, Randy, all of us men that are married in here, been married, we do what we do for the fact of our family. I don't want, if she doesn't do anything for me, I love her enough that I keep on doing whatever it takes. If she falls sick today and I have to stand by her side, whatever be the case, my job is to stand by her side and not leave her stranded. If the bills come into their so overwhelming that I can't handle them and we start losing stuff, my job is not to run out on her, but to stand by her side. Why? Because that's where God put me. Amen. To love her, to honor her, to cherish her till death do us part. See, y'all think that's just a wedding vow. That is a true vow. You love that woman, amen. You love that wife. And then the babies start coming, and you love them as well, amen. And some of us men, see, the honeymoon ends one day. You get married, oh, you're on a honeymoon season for a while, a couple, 2 or 3 years, and then the babies start coming. And that shape, that Coke bottle shape Mama had, has turned to a milk jug. And Mama don't put the makeup on like she used to. Amen? She don't put the lipstick on like she used to. She don't fix her hair like she quite used to. She don't do all the things that she... Mama's got a baby in her arms. And Mama's taking care of that baby while you're working. And let me tell you, being a mama and a wife is a job. Amen? And when we come home, we're expecting to find Coke bottle and there's milk jug there. And you just gonna have to go ahead and just love milk jug too. Amen?